Hello and welcome to our reviews, and today we'll be reviewing Marvel Select Venom. So, yes, I've been waiting for this figure for quite some time, pretty much ever since it was announced, as there hasn't really been a good choice for Marvel Select Venom until right now. There is the Ultimate Venom that was one of the earlier Marvel Selects, which is really expensive if you want to try to get one, and then there's the Flash Thompson Venom that came out not too long ago that's just not good Venom. But this Venom is great. Comes with several different heads and arms and a big symbiote back accessory. And is just really, really neat. So, yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt, paint, details, all those sorts of things. Alright, let's start off with a little size comparison here. This is the Scorpion Stinger Mac Gargan version of Venom. And this is the Marvel Select Web of Spider-Man. So, this here Venom is taller than both of those, a lot taller than the Marvel Select Web of Spider-Man. So he would probably fit in pretty well with Marvel Legends or Marvel Select displays. So that is a good plus for him. He's not as bulky of a design as the Matt Gargan Venom or other Venoms, but he still has that nice largeness of him. Alright, let's just look at him by himself now. Alright, here we have Venom. At the moment I have him in his fist hands and his classic head. Because that's the most streamlined appearance, so it's a good place to start. We'll zoom in on all of his different heads and hands later on, but first off, let's just take a nice look at the figure. Well, he's got his big white spider logo here. He's textured with veins and things, but there's not really any shading because Venom is pretty much entirely black. So you're not going to be seeing any real paint variation, except for the big spiders on the front and the back of his outfit, or symbiote, or whatever you want to call it. So Venom comes with 3 different head sculpts. Let's zoom in and look at all 3 of those. Alright, here is Venom's regular first appearance kind of head sculpt. This is about what he looked like whenever he first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 300. No real tongue like he has nowadays, but still the same basic design. He's got his big white eyes, and he's got sharp teeth, although they're less pronounced. A little bit of paint shading in there on the teeth. And he's got some sculpting around his big white eyes. Let's look at some of his other heads. Here's a more modern style head, like a Lethal Protector kind of style. Much sharper, pointier teeth that are slight yellow coloration. He's got some nice green there around the mouth. And his eyes have that bit of curliness up towards the top, which the other one did not have. And this head also has an interchangeable tongue. I took it out to look at it to start with, so let's put that in real quick. And now you can see him with his big tongue in there. This is personally my favorite head, and the one I will be displaying him with. And here, lastly, is his Transformation Eddie Brock head. This one also has a tongue in it, but it's not removable. The head is essentially the same style as the other one, the Lethal Protector style one, but this one is got Eddie Brock's head in there. This head looks pretty cool, too. I would certainly suggest it for display as well. It's my second favorite. I don't really care for Venom's classic appearance as much, although I do like it. It's just not as good as the more monstrous one. And, of course, this head sculpt looks really, really nice. Lots of cool little effects. This bit over here is kind of a softer material, so you don't have to worry about that breaking off or anything. But it's essentially just kind of a redone version of the other head. Alright, let's look at his hands now. Venom comes with 2 sets of fist hands, which are just, hands that are in fists. They actually have the little web shooty thing sculpted in there on the edge there, which you can see it if you look down the barrel of his fist. So that's a nice attention to detail, and they've pretty much got no real shading. They're just white splotches on the back of black hands, but of course they look just like they're supposed to. Venom has 2 smaller clawed hands. They've got pointy nails and are about the same size as his fist hands, just open and in grasping kind of positions. Same level of detail on these. And lastly, Venom comes with some very nice monstery claw hands. Much longer fingers, very good for clawing and stabbing and whatnot. I'm a bit torn. I can't decide if I like the big fancy claws or the regular claws better. They both have their certain appeals. I'm thinking about probably displaying them with these, though, because they're just really neat looking. Venom also comes with an extra set of tiny arms that you can peg into his forearms here. Now you can take these tiny hands off and they will actually fit into his wrists, but they look a bit silly, so I wouldn't suggest doing it. But it is possible, as I have tried it. And this is sort of part of his big, fancy back look that I will get onto right now. So yes, Venom also comes with this large piece that you slot over his shoulders and onto his back. It fits on there properly and then emulates his back. It's pretty hard to notice that it's there, like it doesn't stand out and look out of place or anything like that. It's got two arms here. You can slot any hands into these arms out of the ones you're provided, and it's got several Venom heads up here. All of these heads are on pegs except for the really small ones, and you can rotate those around a little bit. And these arms down here do rotate and have all the proper arm articulation. So yes, let's look at him with this on. So here Venom is with all of his heads and things attached. It has a pretty cool effect to it. I don't think I'll display him like this, but it's certainly an interesting design. It does make him very back heavy, so he'll be more difficult to balance that way. But it is an interesting look, and I appreciate all the fanciful accessories. So yes, finally, let's look at Venom's articulation. With the exception of the waist joint, Venom is surprisingly similar to a DC-UC figure. His head will go up and down, rotate around, ball jointed shoulders, in and out, forward and back, bicep cut, single joint elbows, cuts here at the wrist. He has a diaphragm joint that moves horribly. Waist cut, the kind of hips that go in, out, forward and back, just like DC-UC. Cut right above the knee. Single jointed knees, come on Marvel Select. Been giving us double jointed knees for quite some time now. And only a hinge at the ankle? What happened to my ankle pivots and my double jointed knees? Been doing that so good until just recently. Come on now. So yeah, that's his articulation. It's perfectly fine. I'm just saying they're removing things that I liked. I kind of like the hip joints. I don't know. Bit torn between whether I like them better than ball joints or not, but they're cool and they're functional. So that's a good thing. Articulation is nice. We've already gone over all of his accessories as they were all pieces of him, and he has no base. So let's move on to his packaging. Alright, Venom comes in your average Marvel Select packaging. Big window here, Venom along the side, Marvel Select logo. He's just got some symbiote tendrils down there in the corner. Nice Venom artwork here on the spine, on the back. Picture of the figure and various faces of him. And a picture of Rhino, which I've already reviewed, and Barbarian Hulk, which I probably won't get. Nice description here. So yeah, average Marvel Select packaging, good for in or out of package display. So yeah, Venom. Alright, that wraps it up for Venom, so until next time, goodbye.
Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like and comment and subscribe and all those sorts of things if you enjoyed my video. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.